Hello and welcome back to the C Show, a wrestling show for the common fan. Whether you're new to sports entertainment, you're coming back after a while, or you've been here the whole damn time, I'm Charlie.
I'm Connor.
And I am Jared.
Today we're talking to El Terrifico, who is one half of Los Ificos, or Tremenda Magnificencia. They will be competing in the number one contendership match for the AXW Tag Team title at AXW's Guess Who's Back, September 26th at the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse in Hamburg, Pennsylvania. We'll also talk about AEW stuff, and Jared has a new game for us today.
Guess who's back? Back again. Jared's back.
But thanks for joining us here on The C Show. Welcome back to The C Show. Today on the show, we have one half of Los Ificos Tremenda Magnificencia, El Terrifico, joins the show today. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, of course. So just right off the rip, what are some of your first memories of wrestling?
It'd probably be watching Rey Mysterio growing up.
Hell yeah.
And
Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
and fighting Magnifico a lot. Definitely a lot of sibling disputes.
Oh, okay, all right. Are you guys like related beyond the ring?
Yeah, that is my brother.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was going to
Perfect.
say, that's great.
That yeah.
Yeah, no, my brother was 3 years older than me. He put me in a lot of choker holds.
Oh, I gotta yeah.
For
A lot of
sure.
Is there a specific moment where you guys realized like, oh my gosh, yeah, we should be wrestlers?
I think when he started,
Mm-hmm.
and then I started sometime after. So it was definitely like, it's like I feel it was like my brother needs me kind of thing sometimes, you know.
Gotcha.
And who else can he trust, you know?
For sure. How long have you been wrestling?
I've been wrestling for about 5 years now,
Mhm.
training for 5 years. Finally starting to do stuff out there as El Terrifico.
What's that process like of like going to wrestling school and deciding like, oh, I'm gonna jump from the couch and backyard wrestling to going in the ring and performing in front of people?
It's definitely a big leap, especially from being a fan to just being like, you know what, I'm gonna try it
Mhm.
and I'm gonna do it, because that was kind of the thought I had when I first started was I'm gonna try it, and if I fail, then at least I said I've tried it. You know, at least there was the attempt, and I could say I scratched the itch.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta give it a go, and I assume it must be absolutely wonderful to have someone to lean on like your brother, right? Because I'm sure, like anything else, there's hard times to do it, and you guys get to kind of look at each other and be like, "Hey, we're doing it together, right? No matter what, no one can take that from you guys. Like that. That's absolutely awesome."
Yeah.
What made you a fan of wrestling? Like we talked about Rey Mysterio, but who were some of your favorite wrestlers as a kid?
So Ray being a big one and a big influence and just wanting to be a wrestler in general, I fell in love with like the wrestling aspect of it, watching Kurt Angle a lot,
Hell yeah.
and
Big Angle guy.
watching. He's top 5 for me. And definitely watching like Eddie Guerrero as well for just how
Yeah.
good he was, but also just like the personality he also brought forward and how he was just, it felt like he was the most complete wrestler of like, it's like he's so good on the ring and he's so funny and he was just a ball of like walking charisma. You know, like
Absolutely.
there was something, regardless if you didn't like him for some reason, you just knew there was something about him that was just like, yeah, that guy, he's the guy.
He had some real like magnetism to him. But like
Yeah.
I love the heels. All right, I'm a big who did you hate? Whether you enjoyed to hate them or you legitimately hated them like Connor and Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho is one of them for me as well. I'm always been a bigger fan of Chris Jericho as a bad guy. There was something about I think because, gravitating towards smaller wrestlers, but like that time in like 05, 06, where Spike Dudley was a bad guy with the Dudleys and
Yeah.
Yeah.
the boss. There was something about him, but other like besides the way how jacked he freaking looked.
I love that.
There was something about him.
No, go ahead, finish.
It was something about like just like it's like him being the boss of the Dudleys was like, damn, what an asshole.
I loved Spike's like I would say like pliability and like ability to just be thrown around. There's the Undertaker story of him apologizing for throwing Spike to the floor and Spike being like no, that was my idea, dude. That was my idea.
I told you to do that.
For me personally,
I love that story whenever it pops up.
especially also being a huge fan of Rey Mysterio. The one that I always hated, JBL. JBL always got under my skin. All the stuff he did with Eddie, all the stuff he did with Ray. Like he was such a good like shit-eating heel where he's like, yeah, I know it's like this.
Yeah,
right, between the limo, really everything else, right, all this stuff with John Cena. Like I remember when he got the cow guts dumped on him when they were introducing the new spinner title. Like JBL was my first big hatred.
I feel that.
So my next question here was, how'd you get tagged up with El Magnifico? But we've kind of hit that.
Yeah. I think we. Let me ask you: are you older? Are you the younger? I assume.
He's older. He's the older brother. Yeah.
You kind of just watched him wrestle, and you were like, okay, not only my brother needs me, but also I want to be doing this too, right?
Yeah, a lot of that too.
A lot of that.
Well, look, as a younger brother. As a second son, I know there's also he can do that? Yeah, I can do that better.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah, you understand it.
Yeah, like, okay, I can do it and not actually hurt myself. As opposed to him doing it, he hurts me.
Did you guys have any kind of sibling rivalry growing up, like with any sport? Like, were you ever on any of the same sports teams? Like, were you guys ever always pushing each other? Or were you kind of on separate paths until wrestling became the united front?
We were definitely always there together. And yeah, there was a point where we were like doing our own things separately. Like, I was doing something else, he was doing his thing, being Magnifico and being the magnificent luchador that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And then there came a point where it was just like I kind of looked at him being like, I'm thinking of being a wrestler, putting a mask on. What do you think? And he was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And it's been a fun ride.
And it's great to have supportive family members like that. Sometimes with family, it's like, and I know I can be like this. So speaking from experience, it's like, okay, this is my thing. I want to do it. So it's great that you guys are able to do this thing together. How did you guys come to the name Tremenda Magnificencia?
So it's Spanish for tremendous magnificence, which is, that's kind of what our things are. He's Magnifico. He's a magnificent luchador.
Mm-hmm.
I'm El Terrifico. I'm a terrific luchador. It felt pretty copacetic and obvious that it would be that. And then we started referring to ourselves more as Los Ificos because honestly, it's easier to say. It's way easier to say, and I don't blame people for messing it up.
Hey,
I actually love that big style.
I have way more fun saying the full style.
No, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna stay with the short one.
hey, I got 5 years of Spanish in me. I can.
There you go.
I got
you
a lot
took
of
your
class.
college courses.
That's right, and I started young. Let me ask you, was it always luchador? Like, obviously, it's it's wrestling, but was it always going to be, like you said, I put on the mask? Was that always the objective? Did you was that just internal, you knew that's what you were there for?
I think Magnifico also had some hesitancy himself with wanting to start in a mask.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. But then some stuff happened. We did some fair shows where we had masks thrown on us before.
Mm-hmm.
He has one experience. I have my own experience with it. But we put the masks on. It was just like, yeah, this is too perfect of a fit for us and how we wrestle in general.
It felt right.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had a match against each other? Obviously, you guys tagged together. Have you guys ever had the opportunity to actually wrestle each other on a show?
We were supposed to one time at like so WrestlePro does like these like Taco Fest shows. It's like a fun foreign shows in one day thing. Like they're all like quick shows and some fun matches. We were supposed to, but then that got changed to something else. I can't remember what, but we were gonna have like a fun little, our not as hateful, Bret Hart and Owen Hart kind of thing, but maybe someday it'll happen.
Who knows? Maybe it all comes down to the very end, in 40 years, whenever you guys decide to hang it up, we go mask versus mask, and, we see who the real top brother is.
Yeah, maybe.
It's the younger one, always.
Always.
See,
that's why I like.
If I was talking to your brother, I would still say that. I know what I'm about.
I'm the older brother, so I'm gonna back out of this conversation. But Connor is a great segue into. That was a great segue into. What are some of your favorite matches that you've been in?
Definitely the tag ladder match that just happened at the most recent AXW show.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
A fun one.
That was so awesome.
That was definitely a fun one for being Magnifico, where we were kind of like, we had a moment we were like pacing around the ring as we were like making our entrance, and we kind of looked at each other just being like, and muttering to each other being like, oh crap, this is real. This is about to happen. This is cool. And for the tag titles, this is awesome. That's a fun one. And I got to wrestle at another company I wrestle for in Long Island, New York, Championship Entertainment Productions. I got to wrestle a fellow luchador in Tiny Giant. And
cool.
He's awesome. He's another New York luchador. He's awesome. We got to we beat the brakes off each other. It was fun. It felt like it was a fun match, and it was I think it was a match we were both looking to show out for, especially against each other, because we wanted to wrestle each other for a while. And then we got there and we were just like, nah, I'm just gonna hit you as hard as I can. And it was awesome. It was legitimately awesome.
Hell yeah, right? People don't have to question whether it's real if you actually just beat the hell out of each other.
Hey,
oh yeah, we did some lucha strong style.
Hell yeah.
If you ask my dad, that is pinnacle of Long Island for you right there.
Like in a basketball gym.
Also just
yes.
fighting each other.
Yes, also just.
Hey, look, you don't know how those guys in the JCC get down. Look, I grew up with them in Long Island. I didn't grow up in Long Island. They're from Long Island. They throw elbows.
Oh yeah, we scrapping out there.
That's again a great segue here. You are a Create a Pro New York student. Create a Pro is famous for creating some, recent talents like Chris Statlander, MJF. What's it like to be amongst people like that in the halls at Create a Pro?
It's definitely an experience of saying I have the privilege and honor of training at the same school that those awesome people you just mentioned have come from and graduated from, and also saying I get to be trained by a lot of other amazing people that have come through Create a Pro and training with them, like being trained by Bear Bronson and Aaron Rourke and Max Caster and obviously, of course, Brian Myers and Pat Buck. Like it's awesome to say that like I'm a student of theirs, and I can only hope I do a good I've been doing a good service for them and showing that like, hey, you've taught me pretty well.
Absolutely.
Look, I'm sure they're proud of everything you guys have done. Again, you already brought up the tag ladder match that tore the house down at the last show we were at, and if they saw that, they they know all the hard work that you put into to match their teaching.
Thank you.
So, next up at AXW's Guess Who's Back? You guys will be facing Security Inc. in a #1 contendership match for the AXW Tag Team titles. What's your plan to take out Security Inc.?
Definitely use our quickness against them. I think we have a bit more technical ability than we've been able to show, especially with the first match we had against them. And I think we're going to take it to them harder this time because if you remember the last show, Ronald Moses, that jerk, he stole Magnifico's mask. He ripped it right off his face.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but I'm still a little pissed about it.
I got goosebumps. I'm enraged.
Unconscionable.
Yeah, unconscionable. Correct.
Nothing gets me
a real
going
word?
more than that.
Unconscionable. Absolutely.
That's a real word.
Yeah, that's a real word. We were just talking earlier. He doesn't want to watch a subtitled movie, so
Not for 90 minutes. I'm not reading for 90 minutes. Like, if it's all subtitles, no. Give me a dub, I guess.
There's some movies you need them for, but yeah, we're excited to get our looks back on Security Inc.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
They got whatever you do, they got it coming.
Oh yeah, they do.
And then some.
Give us the pitch for AXW's Guess Who's Back. Why should the people listening go all the way out to Hamburg, Pennsylvania, at the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse and see some incredible local independent wrestling?
Well, if you're a fan of wrestling, AXW has a lot of good wrestlers on its roster. The shows are always awesome. You're always expected and guaranteed at least a show stealer, like you mentioned with the tag ladder match. But there's just a lot of good talents in there, like Leo Sparrow's the Heritage Champion, Max St. Giovanni, Leon St. Giovanni, the Giovanni brothers, they're the tag champions. I might not like that they're the tag champs, but I can't deny that they're another great brother tag team that they're also awesome. There's also O'Shea Edwards, and he's an awesome big man. Ox Adams is there, and he's another big name that's just doing stuff.
Yeah.
It's always a good time at an AXW show, and you definitely should come through if you haven't.
Perfect. Well, any other questions you guys have before I have my one last question here.
I apologize for this question, but I gotta ask. What's your Chipotle order?
I'm a very basic man. I just get chicken and steak and white rice and cheese, and that's it. That's all I get. I'm very simple.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a simple guy.
Is it
chicken
for the
and steak,
macros?
good protein. Good protein.
Yeah.
My question, maybe back to wrestling, Jared. I don't know. If you could book your dream match for me again, any opponent, living or past, any stipulation, right? And I know it's kind of a big question to throw out. Like, if you had to throw out one or two, if you can't decide, like a dream match for you, what comes to mind?
I'm definitely going to give you two.
Please.
Yeah.
Because I think both would be cool and also make sense because one has to be a tag match.
Absolutely.
And I think being Magnifico against the Lucha Brothers would be pretty sick.
That would be sick.
That's something we've always joked about and talked about, and be like, it'd be pretty sick if it ever happened at any point.
Penta and Ray Phoenix, of course.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, bro.
Sorry, just filling it in for the listeners.
And me. Thank you.
And for me personally, because it's a far away dream for me, because it's how awesome this guy is. Anthony Green is someone I'd love to just wrestle him and experience that, because I feel like it would just be also a fun learning opportunity for me as well. And he's the man. He's so good. Everything he does is so good.
That's awesome. Well, to take us home,
I lied. One more unrelated question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna go the Jared route. An unrelated question. I see the headset here. I assume it's not just for interviews. You a gamer?
Yeah, big gamer.
Well, what are your go-tos right now? What are you playing?
Right now I'm playing through Infamous Second Son again.
Yes, the Infamous games slap so hard.
They're so good. I need another one soon.
Ball knowledge.
Yeah, that's a real ball knowledge right there. Hell yeah, brother.
But I'm also a big fighting game guy, so I've been playing Marvel Tokon recently. So that's been taking up my time.
How is it? Are you enjoying it? I was
Very
a big
fun.
Marvel vs. Capcom 3 guy, especially in the cabinets when I lived in Japan. But I'm interested to see if it holds up.
It's very good. It's a very fun time.
All right. Well, we're here to our final question. Now, we're a show for the common fan, right? Whether you're new to sports entertainment, you've been here for a while, or you're coming back after a long time. What's a match you'd recommend to somebody interested in wrestling? So, like, a friend comes up to you and says, "Hey, I see that you wrestle. It's really cool. I never got into it. What would you recommend to them?"
That's a really good question. Damn.
There's a lot of good stuff to pick
Yeah,
from.
I know.
Yeah. I would have to say, because there's also a little bit of personal bias in it, but I think it's a really good answer.
Of course.
I would have to say Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 21.
Ooh.
I think that match is perfect enough for anyone who's never watched wrestling or has ever just seen bits and pieces of it through a friend. That is a fun one to start with, in my opinion, because it's two of the best to ever do it. It's a very simple match to watch, especially if you want to like understand it at a story level. And it's two different aspects of wrestling going at it in a way where it's, Kurt's no nonsense. He's the straight shooter. He's come into wrestling and he's adapted to it, and he's like the perfect wrestler and just a straight badass. And Shawn is that more flamboyant, high flying, also just super technical style. And it's awesome. It's an awesome match. And it's one of my personal favorite ones. It's like, that's a match for me where it's like, if I'm ever having a bad day, I just put it on and I'm like, this is my
exactly what we're looking for. Your comfort match, if you will.
Yeah. That's a perfect answer. El Terrifico, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you. Tell the people, where can they find you?
You can find me on all social medias, Twitter, Instagram. Instagram is like the main one I really use to promote my stuff. It's at Terrifico.L or _L. I forget sometimes. But you can definitely find me on there. I'm trying to be a good boy and post more when I can.
Aren't we all?
And you can follow all of those links in the description on whatever content site you're indulging in this podcast.
Absolutely. And El Terrifico, we will see you on September 26th at the historic Hamburg Fieldhouse for AXW's Guess Who's Back. Again, El Terrifico and the Ificos will be facing off in a #1 contendership match for the AXW Tag Team title. And we're really excited to see the outcomes of that. Thank you again, El Terrifico, for joining us, and good luck.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Pleasure.
Welcome back to the C Show. We are here for our weekly wrestling updates. Let's jump to the returning Jared. Welcome back, Jared. We missed you. We're glad you got everything figured out.
Thank you to everyone who messaged me saying the podcast just wasn't the same without me. I think you could have been nicer to Charlie and Connor.
Is your finger okay?
It's okay.
Okay, good. Good to know.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's all that really matters, is that finger that you put into the hole in the wall at Chipotle is okay.
Yeah, well, you know what? They're like, guac is extra. I'm like, I know. You know how many times I've been here? I know what's extra and what's not extra.
Well, you can afford guac in these trying times.
I've been going to a Chipotle since the Obama administration.
Oh, no, I don't get it. I just know that it's extra.
I love that they just tell you don't ask for it. They're like, just in case you were even thinking about getting guac.
They say, do you want any like guac or fajita veggies? And I say fajita veggies and definitely guac. And they go, well, yes, but it's guacamole. It's extra. And then I said, look, and I shoved my finger right through the thing. I was gonna, do a PowerPoint, like not a slideshow, a powerful point, and I went right through the thing.
You went right through the thing.
Anyway, that's
So do you actually have anything, or is this Chipotle story your part of the episode?
Let's play a game. You want to play a game?
I swear to God, if you say who am I thinking of, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Okay, I'm going to call out a wrestler's name.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell me what you think their Chipotle order is.
All right, give me one.
All right, well,
I think it's going to depend on the wrestler.
We're going to start
because I'm afraid you're going to say someone dumb, and I'm going to be mad. But
it depends. Of course, it depends on the wrestler. They don't all order the same thing, Connor. All right, let's start easy. Kyle Fletcher.
Definitely a bowl. No wrap.
Yeah. No rice.
Correct.
No rice.
So many pinto beans, an ungodly amount of pinto beans.
Yeah, I was gonna say pinto beans, but he does it like he asks for them dry, so they drain it, so that's not.
Oh,
as
when they
wet.
literally just like bounce them for a minute. Okay.
Yeah, they bounce it crazy style,
Mm-hmm.
and then definitely fajitas veggies, but like not much else.
He orders
The hot
them
sauce.
uncooked.
Raw veggies.
He says, "Can I get uncooked?" Dangerous nowadays ordering raw veggies like that. He's gonna be out one of these days with the
Psychospora.
the worm. Okay. What else?
Definitely a double protein. I bet he's a seasonal, like whatever the seasonal new one is. I bet that's how he gets his variety in life.
Chicken
for the macros.
You're forgetting he's Australian.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Oh,
that's a
chicken.
good shout.
Chicken.
Just double chicken. Actually, you know what? They have those new cups of chicken, the protein side.
Oh yeah, where they talk about just
I
extra.
think he just gets those. Okay, Willow Nightingale.
Willow is definitely a sauce girl. She's definitely getting the sauces. She's
definitely gets
getting
down with the
salsas.
burrito.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. White rice, black beans.
I think steak is probably a steak
Yeah.
girl.
I think steak too. That's actually a good shout. I think she deserves it. And last but not least, Will Ospreay.
Again, I'm like,
He's like, why aren't we going to get a Cheeky Nando's?
chicken ando. Or he's asking for the F slur meatballs.
He says, "Let me get a bowl, all corn, just corn, nothing else. Everything else too spicy for him." Well, anyway, this has been What's That Wrestler's Chipotle Order? Thanks for coming, guys.
Wow, Charlie, I don't know if it's that I couldn't follow that or I'd rather do anything else, so let's go to you.
You're right, you can't follow that. Let me keep going.
In the Continental Challenge Cup, we had 4 matches. We had Switchblade Jay White versus David Finlay in the first one, and this was so good.
Shout out Jay White. I was because like you said last week, you're like, oh, there are rules in place, and I'm like, dogs don't care about rules.
Dogs don't care about rules. There were definitely Finlay going for the low blow a few times. It did look like White hurt his neck, and Finlay picks up White, but Switchblade fights out. Kick to the midsection. Finlay hits the brainbuster. White kicks out, but White fights out of the brainbuster. Blade Runner 1, 2, 3, and White moves into the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love and we're gonna talk about more of them. I've loved everything about this tournament so far.
It's been so much fun because next we've got Jungle Jack Perry versus Jon Moxley. This was a moment of mentorship, especially at the end where Mox is like dressing Jungle Jack Perry down. Perry is busted open. They've both got each other's blood on them. This was really a lesson for Perry. And as he talks about on Collision, it's a sort of the next phase of his career. That's things that he wants to do. He wants to fight Hangman. He wants to fight Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega. He wants to go for that upper echelon of AEW talent. So very interesting to see that they're advancing that story as well via the Continental Challenge Cup. Now, if you're surprised, you may not be surprised, but Mox gets this one by putting Perry in a chokehold. Perry goes out cold. Mox wins by technical knockout.
And again, it was very cool at the end for Mox to have him stand up in the corner. They shake hands. And it makes me think, right? Like Ospreay was the last, project, quote unquote, or are we looking at a Perry Death Rider maybe?
Ooh.
I would honestly love that.
Like, I think there could be a lot of really good threads to pull there, and it just interests me. Like Mox did not need to end the match and the show that way, so I have to feel like they're setting something up.
Look, I think the world of Jungle Jack Perry. I just don't think he'll ever be the guy ordering Sofritas tacos. I think. I think. Oh, I didn't use that one, but that is what he orders. He orders the Sofritas tacos. Oh, since there's this moment of silence, MJF, you were wondering? He's a Qdoba guy. The guac in queso was free there, so he's a Qdoba guy.
That's
Please,
fair.
he'd be like, "You think I eat that trash? I bring my private chef."
He's the guy who's got the rolling cooler filled with his meal preps in them.
No, he hires a guy just to carry them around and keep them cold.
Drinking Huel.
Ugh. On Saturday night, we had Brian Cage versus Hechicero. Cage really showing here that he's not just a meathead. Cage hits the DVD, the Death Valley Driver, after a great sequence by Hechi. Cage suplex and up over the corner. But it ends here with a flying guillotine by Hechicero. Cage kicks out, but Hechi rolls him up again. And the Dark Wizard moves on to the next phase.
I love Hechicero. I just need him to be a part of anything else besides
The Don Callis
family. But I do love how in this tournament, how they put so many factions, like some infighting here. And it's interesting to kind of see the guys who are cooler with it and kind of how they're talking about it, right?
The Don Callis family, this is totally normal. Iron sharpens iron. And the conglomerate, and the Death Riders especially, completely normal. For the conglomeration, as we're about to talk about here, it's a little difficult.
Just a touch.
Just a touch. Nigel McGuinness faces off against Katsuyori Shibata. They do the traditional Ring of Honor handshake to start off, Shibata offering it, and it takes Nigel a second to go for it. We get a reference of Billy Robinson by Excalibur. Again, Billy Robinson pioneered British styles here in the U.S. and in Japan. He was the AWA British Empire Heavyweight Champion for a combined 1,600 days. And again, he was the antagonist in The Wrestler. So very cool to see that, hear that. Shibata gets the sleeper hold, goes koala bear on Nigel, but Nigel turns around on the Wrestler, and 1, 2, 3, he moves on. In the words of pioneering English band, we're making plans for Nigel.
Do you get that?
No, I thought of something completely different, but it's funny.
Go ahead.
I'm rooting for the tag team of Katsuyori and MJF.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to call it Shibata Shalom.
That's actually awesome. That's the worst when you actually have a good one, and I got to give it to you. Like, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out you actually do not have to give it to him, but, damn, that was good.
Give it to me.
I can't wait to edit Shibata with the curls.
Oh, my God.
Shibata with payas.
Yes, that's the technical term. Thank you. Because I totally knew what that was. In our final Continental Challenge Cup match in the first phase in the knockouts, I'll guess, we've got Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong. Again, the conglomeration facing off against conglomerate. We get some terrible news here from Tony Schiavone in the beginning of the match. Nigel suffered an injury. More details on Monday after we record here. So I will be inserting something here after I watch the selection show Monday night.
Whoa, that's crazy. I can't believe they said that about him.
I'm gonna get you to list off some wrestlers, and then we can cut them up later. So we can, as promised, here is your Continental Challenge Cup update. Nigel McGuinness has his foot in a boot, and he is saying there wasn't a break, there wasn't a fracture, and his words are a prudent man wouldn't probably go forward. Would probably not go forward. However, he is going to go forward in the Continental Cup Challenge. Here's Jared to read off the next matches in the Continental Challenge Cup.
Nigel McGuinness
Versus
Hechicero. Oh, damn, that's actually a good one. John Moxley.
Versus
Jay White. Oh my god, really? Claudio Castagnoli.
Versus
Eddie Kingston. Oh damn, that's actually a good one. Orange Cassidy.
versus
Kyle O'Reilly. Oh damn, that's actually a good one.
this is just a masterclass in technical chain wrestling. Roddy and Kyle O'Reilly are just trading moves back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Strong hits the backbreaker on the top turnbuckle, but it's at his own expense. Strong on the mat, holding his ankle. Kyle O'Reilly kicks out, but hits a brain buster. And again, they're just trading submission holds. They're hitting breakers on each other, struggling getting the elbows back and forth. Kyle O'Reilly turns it around. It gets Strong. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Kyle moves on. Strong wasn't entirely happy about the result, so he kind of he shoves Kyle down at first, and then they kind of make up, and yeah. But that's always feels like that's very Roderick.
Well, and I love that, right? That's being, a competitor.
Yeah.
Right? And you lose and you're frustrated, right? And then again, especially going against someone that's so close to you, it's like, hey, they got me, give them their respect, right? And then challenge them to do it again and see who comes out on top.
They may bicker, but it's a sitcom. At the end of the 30 minutes, they'll hug and make up.
In the freeze frame.
And then they'll forget about it next episode.
In the pool, to move on to the next phase here, we've got Jon Moxley, Jay White, Hechicero, Kyle O'Reilly, Orange Cassidy, Claudio Castagnoli, Eddie Kingston, and Nigel McGuinness, who's injured. So we'll see who replaces Nigel there in the meantime. What are some matchups that you want to see?
I want to see Mox and Hechicero.
I stole it right out of my mouth.
I was going to say, we've seen that before, I'm pretty sure.
I think we saw it in the last round of the Continental Cup.
Right?
Yes.
And I'm just excited. Again, Mox just, works and sells for everybody. Hechicero just moves so unbelievably well. You can tell he's such a technician. Again,
Yes.
to see amount of matches he wins on strange roll-throughs and cradles and just wraps guys up crazy style. Him and Mox could go off.
I would really love to see Eddie Kingston. I mean, my initial thought was Eddie Kingston and Nigel McGuinness. I don't know if we're going to see that match now. To see a brawler like Eddie go against somebody who is highly skilled and very technical like Nigel, I think that would be a really interesting clash of styles. Of course, I think Moxley and Castagnoli would be a fantastic match. The Balds going against each other. But I think one that I'm looking forward to is Jay White and Kyle O'Reilly face off here.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that could be really good as well. I'm just interested to see how they cut it. Again, so far this has all been about factions facing people within themselves. So I wonder if they're going to try and set that up, more towards the final, right? Could Claudio make it to the end, right? We know that Orange Cassidy could come and meet O'Reilly at some point, right? How long are they going to sit on these until there's those points? And will we actually see anyone break from it, right? Will this be anyone's last straw? Will they not be able to kind of bring themselves back together like Roderick Strong did and realize, hey, it's all right. Sometimes your boy gets you.
It's win or go home here. We're not collecting points here to go in a league, right? It's win or go home. So really looking forward to the results here. We'll talk about it at the end of the show.
I want to see Orange Cassidy versus Kingston to see if Orange Cassidy's soft hits or Eddie Kingston's real hits are less painful.
It took me a moment to realize that you were saying hits.
Hits.
Hit.
Yes.
What?
Well,
God bless you.
Well, moving to another championship, what I want to talk about is how we found out that Kyle Fletcher is going to be putting his international championship on the line against Takeshita and Okada at All In. Again, we see more of these factions, right, kind of working together, but not when they introduce this, right? Don Callis and Okada are like, hey, right? There's a 66% chance the title stays in the family, and 100% if we work together. And, again, we're just going to slowly see Kyle kind of be ripped a little more from the Don Callis family, right? He storms off at the end. Don at first is too busy, laughing with Okada. And he's like, oh, I got to go do damage control here.
I got to manage my talent here.
And we're 100% going to get to a situation where one of them, either Fletcher or Okada, is going to have Shibata out for the count, and one of them's going to screw the other, right? And they're going to butt heads, right, about that and getting out of there. And honestly, I hope that Takeshita wins, and then we can just flip this whole thing to Fletcher versus Okada, right? Rivalry, build that up.
Yes. I think it's going to be, no matter what, it's going to be a killer match. You've got three of the best talents in AEW, probably one of the greatest to ever do it in Okada. And, I mean, All In is already shaping up to be fantastic. Like, probably one of the pay-per-views of the year from AEW.
Absolutely. And my last note on this is literally in all caps. I just have put this match in my veins.
Well, we'll be here to put it into your veins and catch Connor's reaction to it. Make sure you stay tuned to The C Show. Welcome back to the C Show. Wrapping up here, we've got some upcoming AEW action and, of course, upcoming C Show action. Of course, we're talking to Brian Murphy next week. He is an AXW co-commentator. He also went viral last year for smacking his head on one of the events at the Paulsboro Wrestling Hall. We've also got All In coming up at the end of the month. And then for your Labor Day special, we will be doing a pre-tape about the Junkyard Invitational, WCW's Junkyard Invitational at Bash at the Beach 1999 to wrap it up. Something for you to enjoy that long labor, or to enjoy after that long Labor Day weekend. Coming up in AEW action on the 19th for Dynamite, we've got a TBS Championship 4-way. Mile World will be facing off against Chris Statlander, Persephone, and Hikaru Shida. I think, Maya Worlds has done fantastically with the TBS title belt. I think it will stay with her for a little bit longer. And if anything, we would see a title change after All In.
I certainly hope they give her a little more run here and then, use these last couple weeks to build something for a great match at All In. Like, I would love to see her and Stack get after it.
Yep.
But we'll see kind of how they play this out. But, there's a lot of good stuff to be pulled from this. I'm sure they will literally take these 4, right, and have, whether it's 2 different matches, right, a match and something else, like this will directly tie into All In. I'm certain of it.
For sure. Speaking of All In, we've got Will Ospreay, Francesco Akira, and Hanare of United Empire facing off against Don Callis family, Brian Cage, Rocky Romero, and Lance Archer. Will be able to keep United Empire together. And now that's not me stuttering. That's me keeping everything together, just like Will Ospreay will be keeping United Empire together, right?
Yeah, man. If you can't beat the Don Callis family, I don't even want to say
C-team?
B team. Like I was
gonna
say, you got to go deeper than B team, brother.
It's Brian Cage in the C team. It's
even Archer. I'm like, Archer's good. I've liked him a lot. Like as soon as Rocky's in there, I'm like, guy, this ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it, Rock.
In another trios match, we've got Kenny Omega and the Bucks, the Elite, reuniting against the Don Callis family of El Clone and Davis and Doyle. Davis and Doyle, I believe this is their first time tagging together since, what was it, Jake Doyle got injured in their tag match?
Oh, when he tore his bicep.
This year? Yeah. So that'll be fantastic again. The 2 big men and El Clone. We love it. I love El Clone. Hologram is still injured, unfortunately. Still on that road to recovery. But I need that El Clone hologram match.
Jared, what team of the Don Callis family is this? Because now looking at this team, like they probably got to be the C team because like they're definitely better than Cage, Romero, and Archer.
Well, if you figure the B team is the A team is what, like
Fletcher,
Okada, Jet,
Takeshita, yeah. Or no, not
no.
Yeah, I would say in Jet. I would say that would be the A team, the A trio.
Who's the B team then? I feel like maybe is this the B team?
Hechisaro's got to be on the B team.
Yeah, Hechi's on the B team. I would put Davis on the B team.
And again, honestly, I would put Cage up on the B team. Like all things, like I said, Rocky's what's dragging that team down. Lowers the average.
RPG Vice.
Oof.
And also, we've got Death Before Dishonor at the 2300 Arena here in Philadelphia. I'm not sure if one of us will be there or not. We're going to try to figure it out. But we got the ROH World Championship, Bandito versus Nick Wayne. I think this is going to be the opportunity for Bandito to drop it, Wayne to take it, Wayne to go on a big run. They've kind of been gearing up for it. He's been getting a lot of TV time on AEW, Wayne has. He certainly has the pedigree.
Nick Wayne rules.
Yeah.
And I would love to see this let Bandito get back into the title picture here. And again, even if it's not the world title picture, right, whether it's TNT, hell, even put him towards the international or something else. Give him a main AEW belt. He's done such a great job with the ROH World Championship.
Let him with tags and trios titles.
Right.
With
let him show that he can carry a solo title on TV.
And in the Women's World Championship, Athena faces off against Hazuki. Athena, of course, has surpassed Bruno Sammartino's run with the WWF title at the time. Athena has held the ROH Women's World Championship for over 1,000 days. A very incredible accomplishment. I don't think she drops it against Hazuki.
See, that's the problem when you get title reigns this long. It's like, who is good enough or who is the best, like, right, if you're gonna have a reign like this, right, it has to make sense, it has to be a big splash. And I agree with you that I don't think this is that splash,
not yet. Yeah,
but who knows, maybe they go for the shock value, like,
that would be a big shock. Again, at the 2300 Arena at the corner of Swanson and Rittner here in the glorious city, the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia,
only a few doors down from the new Angelos.
The new Angelos, and a hop, skip, and a jump from where our friend LeBron James will be plying his trade.
But not living, probably.
But stay tuned, folks. We've got plenty of stuff coming up. Make sure that you're following us on Twitch, twitch.tv/CShowPod. Make sure to check out the eBay store. Putting up lots of cool stuff. DVDs, Pokemon cards, other wrestling collectibles, and other things. I'll be going into the archive soon. I've got tons of autographs, other stuff as well. So stay tuned there.
And we are getting ready to put up, you get to watch 6 straight hours of wrestling with Jared, and he has to be nice about it.
It's called My Lonely Fan.
Well, let's hope you don't stay lonely, because you always got 3 friends here.
On the C Show. Of course you like the C Show. Make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share it with your friends. Support the show directly at ko-fi.com/cshowpod. $5 a month gets you access to the Discord and the C Show archive. Follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube at C Show Pod. Have a question for the boys? Send an email, cshowpod@gmail.com. Thanks to our friends Amir, Patrick, and Justin for their assistance. The C Show is a production of 832 Media. Thanks again for tuning in, and we'll be back next week.
But I'm one of them. Am I my own friend?